Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tabitha and I have sickle cell anemia. This is pretty much just like what I do to manage my sickle cell. So yeah, this last week was kind of up and down. Last week I did have like a minor pain crisis and took me out for like a day or so. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been, I guess. Well, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. No question about that. But no, I was able to manage it all with only taking my CBD and using Tiger Balm, which was great because I didn't have any nausea like I do from my usual pain meds. I was able to still eat. I didn't lose any weight. And then like right after, like I still had my strength and my energy because I wasn't drained from being nauseous and vomiting and the fatigue and the mood swings and all that come with the meds that I take. So yeah, it was great. Success story. Yeah, not a lot of those. So we have to celebrate the small ones, small successes. But no, I also stayed hydrated. I made sure I had protein, B vitamins, and stuff like that to, help my body fight through it. Because if you're not, then it lasts longer, it can get worse, and it takes you longer to bounce back, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And for all my CBD lovers out there, CBD, make sure I say that correctly. It also helps fatigue and inflammation too. So if you haven't tried CBD, I kind of recommend it, especially if you have like a chronic illness, but I only recommend it for adults in like small doses if you're just starting out, because there are a wide variety of companies that make it and produce it, and it is not all the same. So if you are deciding to venture out into the CBD world, try like the over-the-counter stuff first that has like hemp instead of actual marijuana. And well, it is marijuana, but yeah, you have the hemp and then you have your regular like THC strain. So try that one first before you venture into this one, because it affects everybody differently. Some people it doesn't work at all. Some people it has some very powerful psychedelic properties. So yeah, stick to small doses, and that goes for anything you try. Like, make sure you try it in small amounts first. That helps avoid like severe allergic reactions. If anything comes up or flares up, like you can address it right away instead of like taking a full dose and having to worry about the possibility of like putting too much into your body and your body not responding in a good way. Yeah. So I recommend trying it for pain. It is amazing. Like I said, if I do take my pain meds, I will be nauseous. I will throw up. I will not eat. I will lose weight. If I take my CBD, I'm not nauseous. I can still eat. I can still rest and get most of the things that I want to do done without being really loopy, I guess I should say, or not falling asleep in the middle of doing things. Yeah, all those side effects like the nausea, the irritability, like the withdrawals after you stop taking them, like it's a lot. And for me, I just feel like it's not worth it. So that's why I switched to mainly using CBD and less medicinal options. Also, the other thing too is if you're taking those meds like consistently on a regular basis, you're going to get used to them. Like your body will just adjust. Like that's going to be your new baseline, and you will have to go up. So me, if I start with something low, really? So yeah, that's been my focus for the last few days, is making sure I am back at where I want to be energy wise and like pain wise. I usually still operate like at a low level of pain, like a 3 or a 4 every day, but that was more like a 7, 8. So that required me to sit down and actually focus on fixing the pain. Yes, but my usual level is around a 3 or a 4 every day. But eating right helps, moving helps, and I can do most of the stuff, well, pretty much all of the stuff that normal people do when they are at a when they aren't in pain versus if they are in pain. Like, you know, there's a difference between people who have chronic pain and people who don't. Like, our pain tolerance is usually like up here and everybody else is down here. So when I say I operate at like a 3 or a 4, that's my 0. That's where I start. So if normal people start at 0 and I start at 4, it just goes up like that. What am I trying to say? One other thing that also can lead to fatigue is inflammation. I don't know if you guys, especially my chronic illness people out there, if you guys have like inflammation because of how that affects your body. Again, not a doctor, not a scientist, like no medical training. But when our tissues swell, they cause a lot of issues, and our bodies work overtime to try to resolve it or try to deal with those issues. So that can actually lead to fatigue. And there are lots of stuff you can eat to help fight inflammation as well. Mainly being like, of course, fruits, and there's certain vegetables, salmon, mackerel, peppers, mushrooms, turmeric, which is a spice, broccoli, surprisingly, is anti-inflammatory. The other thing you guys want to check out, you know when people say eat the rainbow? There are foods that have certain properties, and orange and red foods are can be anti-inflammatory. So like turmeric is orange. Red peppers have capsaicin in them that helps with inflammation as well. So eat the rainbow. It's not a cliche. It's not a crazy saying. It actually works. So also when I do have fatigue, which is pretty often, maybe like once a week or so, I mean, there are things and foods that you can do that help boost your energy levels. Fatigue is just something that you have to push through. I mean, there's no pill or anything that'll be like, hey, here's your energy back. But no, definitely focusing on probiotics, prebiotics, whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, things like that. All of those have fatigue fighting properties, so they are definitely something that you should focus on if you are feeling fatigued. Try to increase your intake of those more often. Also, definitely healthy fats, your B vitamins. Healthy fat, when I say healthy fats, I mean like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil. You can get healthy fats from like fish too. So omega-3s, omega-6s, all of that, that's in like protein. You can get that. Salmon, mackerel, all that. Y'all know you love salmon, so try eating some salmon a couple times a month or so, something like that. I wouldn't say eat it all the time because mercury. Yeah. But yeah, definitely try adding those into your meal rotations and see how you feel. It'll take a minute. It's not gonna happen right away, but see how you feel. It works. Also spices too. People overlook the effectiveness of herbs and spices. Like they have no calories, no sugar content. Like, well, there probably is like sugar in some spices and herbs, but they don't affect you negatively like medications do and like supplements and stuff like that. So if you cook with like a better variety of spices, oregano, thyme, turmeric, cumin, coriander, all of those actually have properties, like it could be antiviral, like anti-inflammatory, to help with blood pressure, blood sugar, all of that. Stock your spice cabinet. Trust me, your food will taste good, you'll feel better, all of that. Just don't stay away from the salt. Yeah, you stay away from the salt. Yes, that's how I work on fighting my fatigue. Still can't talk. Fighting my fatigue. Yeah. So do that pretty often. Like I said, rotate it. Try not to stick to one thing so much, and see how you feel, because it definitely helps. So yeah, basically that's how I deal with my fatigue and inflammation, is with food, pretty much. I'm not a medication type of person. Like I'll take it if I need to, but as I got older, I would say I'm more of a try to find a natural remedy type of person versus run to the doctor or the emergency room to figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna try to figure out what's wrong with me first before I go and honestly like be poked and prodded, because I hate it. Yes. So fighting fatigue and inflammation are one of the two biggest things that you have to deal with chronic illnesses. So they just come up. It's like you know, like you have sugar sometimes, but it just makes its way in there. Like, hey, I'm home. Also, today's Thursday. Tomorrow is a baseball game that our church is taking us to, or inviting us to. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple of that, because I haven't shown you guys like what I do outside of the house. So I'm gonna try to show you guys more of that, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So yeah. So yeah, that was just a little piece of my weekend. Of course, I went to church on Sunday, and that was amazing. It's now Monday, so yeah. And as you can tell, the weekend did a number on my hair, but it was fun. I hope you guys found something that you can use in this video, something interesting, something you didn't know, or something you're gonna try out on yourself or recommend to a family member. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That is definitely helpful, and that will give you access to more of the nutritional stuff and sickle cell advocacy things that I do. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, just let me know. I will be more than happy to answer them. Remember, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.